Hello everyone. So for this tutorial slash demo, I am just going to be showing how I like to use locators to align my skeletons when I'm doing my rigging. So here we are. Here we have our body, slightly less than 6,000 faces. Let's see. I'm going to put it in this layer, add selected objects. So if you can see now underneath, there's all these locators. So let me put that back. I am going to go over here and check the transparency. So if we hit Alt B, we can go between some of these, change the background to make it more visible. I think the blue is probably the best for me anyway. But let's see. So over here in a group, we have a bunch of locators. And let's see, let's just grab the whole thing. You can see there where all the joints will be for our model. So let's see, we got three finger hands. I think we have 3 divisions on the spine. But anyway, we go over here to our character controls. We can go to skeleton. Oops, it's got a character selected. Let me get off that. All right, so create skeleton. And there our skeleton was created. I am now going to move, oops, I'm going to grab it by its root, which is usually right there at the hip, and we will bring it into location. I think when I'm doing this, I can get it to mirror from one side to the other, mirror from left to right. So let me click that. Oops. Maybe it's something I have to click a little bit later. All right, so first thing here, I'm going to grab that hip joint. I'm going to hit W to move. I'm going to hold down V. And V, if you can see up here, snaps to points. Now the thing is, when you're putting a skeleton in position, the hips come first, and then you have to snap everything else into place. So let's do the left side, and let's see if we can just get it to mirror over. All right, so hold down V. Whoops. Okay, that one's in place. A little more difficult than I thought it would be. I'm going to hit down arrow key to go to the next joint on the vertices. WV. I don't know why it isn't locking into place. Let me check something out here. Oh, symmetry is on. Ah, of course. All right, there we go. Snapped. You know what I think might even be easier too? I'm going to make that completely invisible. All right, so down arrow key, hold down V, snap right into place. All right, it's working better. Down V, boom, snap. Oops, this didn't go in the location properly. So as you can see, all the rest of them are off. But when I do this one, it should snap them all into place. All right, there we go. See, there's our spine. We can move that into place. Down arrow key, move down on the hierarchy. We can put the next one in place. I think I might have an extra locator there. That's kind of looks the way that it looks. I'm going to grab that one. V, snap into place. This one right here is for the neck. So let's just snap that. Snapped into place. Shoulder joint, always use this shoulder joint. Snap into place. Actually, this is not correct. I think I have an extra spine joint, but it's not a big deal. Let's just move down there, move there. There's some extra locators here for the ribs, but those are extra joints that I put in later simply to help the skinning process. All right, there we go. Down key, move down on the hierarchy. V, snap. Okay, so this is a little more complex. but either way, it's pretty easy. There we go. Just holding down V and grabbing joints, popping them into place. But either way, part of the reason I like doing this is sometimes when you bind, there's a tendency for your skeleton to go out of place. So it's really nice to have these things just sitting there to help reference something. And I mean, this isn't that exhausting of a procedure. We're getting it done fairly quickly. The painting of the weights is what's going to be fairly hard. But either way, you see how helpful it is to have the locators in place. And the amount of shortcuts that I can use along the way to make this, to accomplish this is nice too. Alright, so oops, zoom out a little bit. Let's do this one. Hold down V, down key, V, down key, V, down key, V, boom, just like that. Let's see. Oh, I actually have too many fingers on this model, so we can actually go here, and I can actually choose to lose a finger. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to lose the ring finger. There it is, gone. You can also change the amount of vertices, finger bones, and other things. But that's not really what this lesson is about. It's really about utility. And making something work efficiently. So boom, just like that. We got that entire part of the body done. I think this one goes, oops. Just want to get it completely correct. All right, there we go. That one's for the neck. This one's for the head. Now, if this works right, I should be able to click this button and it should mirror it over. Let's see what happens. Oops. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Just like I wanted. And once again, these locators for the ribs. And then at this point, the next part of the process would be just grabbing this after making the rib joints and then doing the skinning. So there we go. Boom. Just like that. All right. So give me 1 second here. Let me make a new file. Don't save. Okay. File. Create. Polygon primitive. We're going to make a cube. I'm going to hit F. There we go. Frame it. So here we are. Here's our cube. We hit E to rotate it. Now, once again, we can go through these. If we hold down J, oops. Actually, I think you just tap J and that'll do a toggle. It's moving in 15-degree increments, as you can see from the channel box up here. 15 degrees. All right, so, but either way, sometimes you don't want to pivot in the center. Sometimes you might want it to pivot on a corner or even somewhere else. So let me demonstrate. All right, so let's hit E. Now, there's a couple of ways to get to your center pivot rotation point. One of the ways you can do it is hitting insert on the keyboard. And now you can move it wherever you want. There's also another way to do it. Whoops. And that is to hit D on the keyboard, which is probably better for most of you, especially if you're on a laptop and you don't have any of those extra keys. So now we can move that wherever we want. Now, if I hold if I hold V, we can actually snap it. So we can actually snap it to a corner, and now we hit E again, and now it's rotating on that corner. Let's say we want to get it back to place, but we can also do this. We can go up creation. Let's see, modify center pivot. And now that moved its pivot back. So let me demonstrate. Modify center pivot, boom, right there. There we go. Let's see, I'm trying to think of another way to demonstrate this, but I think that about wraps it up. But once again, yeah, hit D, move it. Then just hit another key and rotate it around. So you want to have planets rotating around other planets. That would obviously be a good way to pull that off. But thanks for watching. See you in class.